record. And just text us. So here we go. Welcome to Bon Jovi Discussions. Today I have my buddy Dakota from Chicago. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, Jerry.
It's good to have you. I know we've been trying to get you on for quite a few months here, and we finally got you on. We met last year at the Milwaukee show, right? You and
Yeah.
your dad. This kid has got the coolest dad, by the way. Just so everybody knows. But yeah, we met at the VIP party last year in Milwaukee, and we kind of built a friendship from there. I think we talked here and there a little bit on Instagram beforehand, but kind of really got to know each other a little more in Milwaukee last year. That was an awesome show, by the way.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah,
Finished with the
that was what, the third show? I have the poster. Yeah, third show on the tour last year. So, but anyway, so I always start out my episodes with asking how you became a Bon Jovi fan.
I was actually thinking about that the other day. So I think I figured out what exactly happened.
Okay.
In Chinese class at school, she played us. There was John Bon Jovi singing "How the Moon Represents My Heart," which is originally a Chinese song, and it's all in Mandarin. And my friend, she was introducing the song, and my friend was like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "How don't you know who that is? That's John Bon Jovi." And then I was really thinking, because my dad he's into all the 80s bands and everything, so I was familiar with them, but I was thinking I don't really know that much about them. So when I went home, I watched some live videos. I think it was like a 2013 video of him singing "Living on a Prayer."
Ooh.
And I just thought it was so cool. I feel like in the live videos you can really see the emotion a lot more in the songs.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah. Go ahead, buddy.
I mean, I just watched that and I kind of just got into it from there. I started learning I think the first one I learned on guitar was "It's My Life." And then just from there I got more and more interested.
Nice. So how long have you been a fan?
I would say probably close to 3 years now.
Hey, 3 good years. That's good. And what's your favorite album?
That's a hard one. Being that I'm a newer fan, I really like 2020 just because it kind of came out at a time it really spoke to me. But older album-wise, I really like Crush, and These Days is good.
Nice. These Days is definitely probably their best album lyrically and musically. That's probably the peak of the band. But I want to go back to, you mentioned 2020, and that's a fantastic album that's kind of underrated. And one of my absolute favorite songs of all time is "Shine," and that's a bonus track on the album. It's just, it's such a gem.
Yeah, I love that song.
What's your absolute favorite song?
I was thinking about that too. I narrowed it down to like.
Oh, you cut out the end. What did you say?
I've narrowed it down to about 3.
Let's hear the 3.
I like "You Want to Make a Memory."
Oh.
Roller Coaster.
What was the second one?
Roller Coaster.
And the third?
That would be "These Days."
Dude, we're like almost the same here. In my top 5, "Memory" is in there and "Roller Coaster" is in there.
What would be your other 3?
"Stick to Your Guns," "Shine," and what's the 5th one? "I Will Drive You Home." Although "I Will Drive You Home's kind of not becoming in my top 5 anymore. But
yeah,
right. What's that?
It transitions a lot for me.
Yeah, like my first 4 are always solid. My 5th kind of changes here and there. I always like to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's get into our topic. We are going to talk about the JBJ Experience, which I can't believe I've kind of done an overview, but I've never actually talked about the JBJ Experience. And to kind of give a little bit of an overview, well, before we get into that, I guess. So most people that are watching this know what the JBJ Experience is. So, but just in case there's that one person that doesn't know what the JBJ Experience is, it's the current Bon Jovi fan club. Can't really say Bon Jovi fan club, John Bon Jovi fan club. And it used to be all these years up since the 80s up until 2019, backstage with John Bon Jovi fan club, which I was a member of for many, many years. And probably back in 2000 and, I'd probably say even 14, 15, the fan club started to get neglected and no one was as far as the band and the band's inner circle and stuff, wasn't really posting anything anymore, and pretty much you only went on for the forums to talk with other fans, and then the crazies, you know, started to take that over with posting the weirdest things, and then you get pre-sale access, and then pre-sales were terrible back then, and but the cool part was if you signed up for their, I think there was a silver membership and then a signature membership. Obviously, the signature was the way to go because you got an autograph, an actual autograph in it. You got, you know, some kind of apparel, sometimes a rare exclusive CD. It was worth getting.
Yeah.
And at the time, I think it was only like 170 or something like that. So it was worth it. But like I said, as of 2015-16, it started to really get neglected, and like it wasn't really worth being a member anymore because they cut out the signatures, and it was just kind of, they're sending like junk in the packages. Like I remember, like we got like this, like it felt like a Dollar General blanket. So, but so fast forward to, I think it was 2020 now, they announced the JBJ Experience. And to kind of give an overview before we dive into it, the JBJ Experience comes with two packages. You get the silver membership, which I think is $70-$80, and it's just access to online stuff. If you sign up for the gold, which is, I'm a gold member,
Yeah.
not to brag here, but I always get the best package since I've got my first job when I was a kid, and so I keep the tradition alive, I guess. But and there's nothing wrong with the silver membership either. Just me as a diehard fan, I'm a collector too. I just like to have the gold package. I know a lot of diehard fans that just are fine with the silver membership because they don't like to collect. So nothing wrong with that. But the gold membership comes with 4 exclusive boxes, which we'll get into here seasonally, and that's like $200, I think. And then if you're international, you have to pay an extra shipping fee for them, which I guess is justifiable because shipping overseas is just insanely priced right now. You know, it's crazy. But so yeah, so overall, what do you think of the experience?
I think it's been really good. I mean, there's definitely been some packages that have been better than others, but
Yeah.
overall, I would say each year there's been at least one that I'm like, that came with something really cool. And then also there's so many cool exclusive videos and stuff that you get with it that I think also makes it special.
Yeah. So you're a gold member too then?
Yes.
Good. So the whole idea of this JBJ experience back in 2020 was to kind of give a more intimate inside view of John's world, whatever that means. And so I think the first year they really hit it in the park and did a really good job. You know, I mean, that first year we were getting some pretty cool boxes as far as merch goes, and like the online stuff was really cool. Like John was actually kind of hands on with it. We you know, Jesse and Matt and, you know, Bon Jovi's team, Lou Obi, kind of really helped run it. And but John was more hands on. You know, John was doing videos of him in his Red Bank home, going through his Bon Jovi memorabilia he had over the years. That was cool to see him going through his stuff. He was doing what was it, like with music videos? He was kind of talking about music videos.
He was explaining like what had happened when he
Yeah,
was filming them and stuff.
yeah. So that was kind of cool. And he was also doing the Christmas thing that he did, where he did 3 exclusive songs, but the experience got exclusive videos and that aren't out of the experience. No one else can see them,
Yeah.
except the members. And then the 3 songs, which eventually iTunes sold the songs, but it was cool to get that first access and that those exclusive performances. And yeah, so the first year I thought was great. Second, and I think we're in the third year now. Second and third year was kind of downhill. It wasn't fully bad, but it was, like, for example, the boxes. Like you said, you know, some of the boxes were cool. Some of the boxes were just terrible. For example, I don't know about you, buddy, but I don't need JBJ's sexy oven mitts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't need a John Bon Jovi apron.
yeah,
I don't I don't need I don't need pencils. I don't need a Dollar General looking notebook.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at all my boxes because I have them all displayed here in my office. But on the other side of it, there is also actually some other cool stuff that we've gotten. We've gotten cool Christmas ornaments. We've gotten the bobblehead.
Yeah,
May- Yeah, exactly. So my only complaint about that figurine is that so that jacket was from the 2013 tour.
and he has the gray hair in it.
Back in Yeah, exactly. Back in 2013, he had his blondish hair on that, and he didn't go gray until 2015-16 publicly. So it makes me mad that they put a 2013 JBJ and mix it with the 2016 plus gray hair.
And on the box, you can actually see he had the blonde hair when they put the
Yeah,
extra picture, and then the figure had the.
exactly. Anybody in Bon Jovi's team should have known that and made it done. Now I know they probably outsourced it to get made and stuff, but still, that just made me mad. But otherwise, I love that figure. I thought that was cool. I did like the USB show that we got. So my other gripe is in the last 2 years, John hasn't been very hands-on with it or have really done anything to the experience as far as videos go. The one thing that kind of makes me mad though is that in the last 2 years they've been putting concert audio on the experience. I don't know about you, but like we're in 2023 now. No one sits in front of their computer for 3 hours listening to a show.
And the thing is, you can get the show. Some of those shows I've watched with the visuals on YouTube, so it's
Yeah,
like I don't need the audio to it now.
exactly. That's the thing too, is that most of these shows that they're posting are already on YouTube for us to see.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, or you can actually see the shows on YouTube. You can't see the shows on the experience.
yeah,
So, so are you going to sit there on the experience for 3 hours listening to a show that's been
exactly.
mastered? You know, I'm not saying it's not remastered. I mean, the audio is definitely some of the audio is definitely better than what's on YouTube. But I did like the USB that we got, Dublin, which I think was from the Crush tour.
That
That
was
was cool. Yeah. And that's what I wish they would do more is kind of give us that kind of stuff in the boxes because that's what they promised us in the very first year. We were going to get like this exclusive archives, like this stuff from the archives.
yeah.
Well, we've gotten stuff that's already on YouTube, but I'd love like CDs of each concert that they've posted on the experience because I can put it on my phone. I can listen to it on my phone and stuff, and or just a way for us to download it on our own.
And I really like the USB one, how that ended up leading to a video chat.
Yeah. Well, and I'm glad you brought that up too because the Q&A, I love the Q&As because that is really cool because you never get to see John in that kind of atmosphere other than the Runaway Trips where he'll do a Q&A and a performance and the experience. So he's done 2 Q&As so far and I love it because he just sits there and he really gives the time. I think both Q&A chats have been over an hour long
Yeah.
and he sits there and he just plows through questions and answers them. He's in a good mood and it's fun. The last one I had some technical difficulties though because you get connected and it would take a second to get connected. And then meanwhile, John's waiting for you. But that's no big deal. Yeah, that's just technical difficulties. But those are fun. What
That
else?
was that was really cool in the video chat too, because on the second one I got the chance to talk to him.
I
And
remember that. Yeah.
I mean, it was really cool because, I'm thinking he has like 800 people to try to get to. He's not going to want to make the conversation too long. And I mean, when I asked him my question and I asked him what advice he would have for a high schooler looking to pursue music, and I thought he was just kind of going to give like a short answer and kind of just like work through the calls. But first he was like, "What high school do you go to? What's your name? Where are you from?" Like he treated it like a genuine conversation, which I thought it made it a really unique experience.
and he's the absolute best with fans, just like your experience there. I've had good experiences. I know so many other fans have had good experiences. He treats you like a person and not a dollar sign.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Another thing I like about the experience too was the David Bergman videos, which they stopped doing, but those were fun because it was David Bergman. He's a great guy and he's a great photographer. And as you know, and people that may not know that are listening, David was the photographer for the band from on the Circle tour, and then the What About Now tour, and the first year of the This House tour. So, as you already know this, just in case people aren't members, David Bergman would post maybe a monthly video of explaining some of the portraits, some photos we've never even seen before. So back all these tours, the band would do a show, and then a couple of days later, David Bergman would post photos that he took of the band, and he would sell the photos. And now he doesn't sell them anymore. And so, but some of these photos we've never seen before. So it was kind of cool to see some of those photos, and then he would pick one photo from each video, and he would sell it at a private website for us to buy. And I think their size was like 11 by 14, so that was cool.
Yeah.
The only I wish John would have signed them though, which I think would have been cool. Kind of make it more inclusive, or exclusive, I should use, for the JBJ experience. Have them signed, even if it was for an extra fee, I'd pay it to get a signed David Bergman photo.
But those were cool because it was just that one video that he was explaining about John's knee and how they handled that. That
Mhm.
very interesting. And then also it's cool to see he had one where he was talking about how he took pictures from different angles and it ended up making one really cool picture of the stadium.
Yeah, I think what is it called, the panoramic?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not a photographer, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so the David Bergman videos were pretty cool. I'd also like to see more stuff. I know it's the John Bon Jovi experience, but I wish it was also the band and
Yeah, I
like
noticed.
more of a band fan club, or at least stuff from the fan club members where they talk about stuff, or even get Matt to talk about stories, or Obi, because I went on the cruise and Matt and Obi did a Q&A on the boat, and they talked about some really cool stories. So it'd be cool to kind of get some stories from those guys. Um,
A little more
I,
behind the scenes.
yeah, behind the scenes stuff. Um, let's see what else. Oh, I wanted to mention the autograph. So in these gold boxes, we get seasonal cards, which are pretty cool cards. I remember the one we got last fall was a photo from the 2022 tour.
Yeah, that one was
But
cool.
but the back of it is signed, but it's not an actual signature. It's actually a facsimile. It's a copy.
And I think a lot of people get confused by that because I've seen on eBay and stuff, people are trying to sell them off as real signatures.
Yeah,
And
they're not.
when I first got it, just from collecting signatures a little bit, I was a little suspicious that he signed each one of the postcards. So I looked on Instagram what other people were getting, and I compared them, and you could tell they were all in the exact same spot, pretty much.
Exactly, and they're not fooling us, buddy. That's for sure. And, as yeah, I know John's a very busy guy, but for what we pay, and you really want to make it an exclusive community, take the time to sign those postcards. It's not like there's thousands and thousands of members.
Yeah, I know when he did the backstage, he did the signed McFarlane figures.
McFarland. Oh yeah. Back in 2008, seven. Yeah, and and I have all my autographs from all the backstage fan club days. That was what made it special being a gold member, because every year you got a special autograph on something so rare. Like I was saying, back in 2011, we got a signed. He did a show solo with the KOS. Back then it was JBJ and Friends, but down in Florida, and the fan club got an exclusive CD of the show, and he signed the CD. So what would be cool is these shows that they're putting on the experience, put them on a CD, put them in the boxes, have John sign them.
Like the Christmas stuff.
Yeah, that's a great idea too. Even like DVDs of stuff,
Yeah,
would be cool. It's still nice to have, but like I don't really care to have a copied autograph.
yeah,
It's not really especially when it's like a flip, you have to flip it over because I like to, frame my stuff or and stuff like that. Sign the actual picture, I don't know. That's my gripe on that.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I see where the idea is that it keeps the theme going throughout the boxes, but
yeah,
it would definitely be cool if they were actually signed. Like,
yeah. I'm trying to think what other stuff we've gotten in these boxes. The hat was cool. With the gold heart and dagger, that was cool.
I thought the necklace was kind of cool.
The necklace was cool, yeah. What else have we gotten? I think the worst thing we've ever gotten was the damn oven mitts. And I get it. Majority of the fan, well, I shouldn't even say that too because let me back up here. I don't think many fans cared about the oven mitts.
Yeah,
You know, I have never even I opened my box that had those JBJ's sexy oven mitts, and I've never touched them since. It stays in the box, and you know,
I liked the Soul Kitchen theme that they did with like the cookbook and stuff. That was kind of cool.
yeah, the seasoning is really good.
Yeah, it's amazing. I ordered more of that.
It was cool that they gave us like a was it I think it was a decent amount. I order bags from the Soul Kitchen every
Yeah,
season, but I can't remember how big the package was in the box. I keep my boxes intact, so it's still in my box.
like
What's that?
it was maybe like a half size or like a fourth size because
Yeah,
the real size is pretty large.
something like that. Yeah. And what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Do we? I should pull out my boxes, but we don't got time for that.
I have them all over there too.
Yeah, but let me grab one box. We'll do one box.
Yeah,
Just so people. So I am opening. So they come out like this. That's how they get shipped.
and they've had a couple different types of boxes like there too.
Okay. So I got a pretty cool. I think this is the latest package. So Bon Jovi socks, which these are cool. As a collector, I don't wear them. They're just part of
Yeah,
my collection.
yeah, just keep
But
them.
even the tag says John Bon Jovi premium socks. The bounce. This was pretty cool. Random but cool. The bounce logo patch.
Well, I
That
like how they keep doing patches because I think it'd be cool to eventually be able to put them all on a jacket or something.
yeah. The Christmas ornament.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was cool.
That's pretty cool. I don't know what this is. I think it's for like a necklace, the heart and dagger.
Yeah, I thought it was like a key charm type thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but and then JBJ on vacation, which was kind of this is kind of nice because it's kind of an exclusive
Yes, yeah.
photo. When John was on vacation, so it's nice that only fan club members got to see that. And then of course the facsimile autograph.
Yeah.
Like you, that perfect example. Like he could have signed the top of this. And then what's this? Oh, a scarf. And the scarf is pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah, that's the scarf.
Yeah, the scarf, which I haven't worn it this season. But yeah, so overall, I would rate all these boxes that we've gotten. I would rate them 7 out of 10. Overall, I'm. I know I sound like I'm complaining here, but really, I do love these boxes. There's just things here and there that I think are stupid. But like I said, you ask every fan, they're gonna like this or gonna hate that, and so you're always gonna find something you don't like. So, but overall, I think the boxes are pretty cool.
Yeah, and I know when he started the boxes, like before people even knew what they were gonna be, he kind of described them as like it was gonna be John Bon Jovi's favorite items and stuff like that. And I feel like it's kind of turning away from that a little bit.
Yeah, I think since day one, I don't know, other than the socks, I don't know what else his favorite. You're telling me his favorite thing is a bobblehead of himself? Come on. Or JBJ's sexy oven mitt? Come on.
I also think it would be cool because I mean I wasn't there for that time, but for backstage, did they have anything with like the tour where there was like any exclusive access type stuff? if you went to?
They had a few videos here and there. They would do, what was it called? BJTV, which I think eventually went to the general website, but they would do Mike Rue, which is kind of like the band's engineerish type. I don't know what exactly his title is, but Mike Rue is a great guy. But he would go on every night of the show or tour. He would go to fans and talk with fans, or he'd do backstage videos with the band and stuff, and then put it on the fan club. We also would get like announcements of a new album coming and this and that.
I did like how they did announce the tour a little early, I believe.
Yeah, and that was, I was going to bring that up too. I like that. You know, the way that the world that we live in now is everything's so instant. You know, as soon, you know, for example, it was really cool that we did get that tour announcement firsthand before the general public. But as you know, as soon as it was announced on the experience, I'm to blame too, because I went right to Twitter and tweeted about it, as well as every other member talking about the tour. But it's still cool that we got that first announcement before the world got to see the dates and stuff. And
it was kind of cool because I just remember I got an email and it's like there's a special announcement, and then you clicked on it. And
yeah,
it's cool to have John himself telling you that they're going on tour instead of just
yeah,
on the internet.
and that was cool to see. And I will say the pre-sale.
Yeah, that helped a lot.
The pre-sale was really good on this experience, because it's not because of the band or John or the management or who, it's not their fault. Like every single band, you know, whether it's Kiss, Taylor Swift, or you know, Def Leppard, Motley, any band that does a pre-sale of their stature, you're gonna get tons of people who sign up for the fan club to get pre-sale access, and so it makes it hard. So what I wish all these artists would do, at least Bon Jovi, would be to people with, I don't want to demoralize newer members, but like people like fans who, and there's fans who've been fan club members longer than I have, but stature. So whoever's been the member the longest gets first access.
Yeah,
because the reason I say this is because a lot of scalpers become fan club members 2 days before the pre-sale to get tickets so they can sell it 3 times the price.
I mean,
Taking tickets out of genuine hardcore fans like you and me out of our hands, you know?
I saw some of them trying to resell tickets for like $4,000 or $5,000 more. So for if they pay $80 to get in the experience, I mean, that's worth it for them.
It's crazy. You know, I'll compare it to the 2020 tour. Obviously that got canceled, but the 2020 tour was terrible getting tickets. It took me like 2 hours to get decent tickets. And with the 22 tour tickets, I got all 3 shows that I wanted to go to within the first half hour, which was great. So that was good. Let me see what I had some other key points I wanted to talk about. And then so this is after the runaway trips, but like the runaway trips, I guess JBJ Experience members would get 10% off or 20% off, which I think is cool because I go to quite a few runaway trips as well as other fans and stuff. So it's nice, you know, because usually it's like $1,900.
Yeah.
So say if it was 10% off, you're saying about $200, which that's $200. So I'm hoping they'll continue that tradition. But as of now, if you go on the JBJ Experience right now, you can still log in, but they haven't put anything new. They haven't put anything new up since like November.
Yeah, I know. And they were starting to put some tour pictures up, and then they stopped, which I thought was kind of strange. I thought because they put up the first maybe 3 or 4 photos, and then after that, they didn't keep updating it.
Yeah, it was weird, but they're doing like a whole renovation. So like here, let me well, it's just like they're updating things and making it look like a better than ever experience. So I really hope that because fans have been very vocal on Twitter and stuff, to Matt and to the experience and to the band about the experience and how it's not really worth anything. So they really do got to amp up um, the experience and make it worth buying. So I'm thinking that's what they're doing now, and I really hope that the boxes are going to be a lot better. We get better stuff online, and I don't want to come off this video like I'm complaining because overall, I do love being a member.
Yeah,
I love it. There's most of it I love. There's just a few things that I don't like.
yeah, there could be some improvements for sure.
Yeah, and I say that from a place of love and not hate. Um, what I really want though is I want more exclusive stuff in these boxes. I want like I said, signed CDs and I don't know.
And
And
I think you're right that like a way they could do that is including like Tico and Phil and David and getting them all more involved in it. I mean, that could open the door for more. Like they could do like a video chat with Phil X or something like that, just to
yeah,
change it up. And then it's not as much pressure just on John to get all the fan stuff handled.
exactly. Yeah, because I'd love to see more stuff about Tico or see Tico doing more stuff or David or this or that or even like signed stuff. Maybe John's too busy to sign, so still have one of the other band members sign it and stuff, and.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, is there anything that you wish you could add to the experience?
I mean, I really like the 2 times they've done those chats. I feel like they should do a lot more of those. Like they do 4 boxes, maybe they could do like 2 chats are guaranteed or something like that.
Yeah,
Because I feel like even the last chat, we got the box that kind of had the theme with the chat was a long time before we did the actual chat. So
yeah, because we got that Dublin show like in the spring box, like
and they
May we got that, and
the chat in that.
yeah. Another thing that makes me mad too about these boxes, and I understand there's production delays, so I'm not really gonna. I shouldn't even say this to be honest with you, because I know it's not the management's fault or whatever, but how late we're getting these boxes sometimes, like sometimes we'll get like the spring box in the end of summer. Then we get the summer box in the fall, and I'm like, you know,
And everyone's getting them at different times, it seems like. Like once I get that email saying they've shipped, I look on Instagram and I'm like, I don't want to see what's in it, but has anybody else gotten their box yet? Type
yeah,
searching.
yeah. Like I think I got my Christmas box like a week before Christmas time. So like the ornament, I really wasn't really any sense for me to put on the tree that year.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I understand there's production delays, but like used to be like a season ahead. So like right now they should be working on the summer box and the spring boxes should be already be done, ready to ship. Like stay ahead of the game here.
And
Um,
one thing I like about like the bobblehead, for example, was it had like the numbers on the back saying what number.
oh, that's true. Yeah,
A little more exclusive.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I hope we get more stuff like that because that stuff is cool.
For sure.
What else do I want to say? I guess overall, I'm pretty happy with being a member. I just wish the last year or so was better. Because they haven't been posting much, and what they do post are just YouTube videos pretty much.
I'm hoping, like you said, they're revamping it, and for the 40th anniversary, they're gonna do some kind of cool announcements on there, something like that. Would be
Yeah.
cool.
I want to see footage from like previous tours that we've never seen before. Something to Slippery Tour, New Jersey tour, and stuff like that. Maybe that's what they are working on. So
And one cool thing is in the Slippery tour, there's it's hard to come by like footage of them doing Living on a Prayer like in the original key with the high notes and everything. So that'd be cool to see.
exactly. Is there anything else you wanted to say about the experience?
Um, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I thank you for coming on, and I had a good chat with you. And I've been looking forward to this chat for. I know we've been trying it for months and months, and it's just time wasn't
Yeah.
working out for us. But you finally got on, and I appreciate you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's
All right.
great.
All right. Thanks again, Baya. I mean, end the recording here, okay?
Thank you.